Hey up me ducks. I never know whether I'm going to time that just right or not. Had a panic moment then. I went to go live and it said, your storage is full. You cannot go live unless you update your package. Well, I've only got 2 videos that I have set up. Because on EVMux, you have to have your live set. You just change the date. And there's only Cc&C and Spotlight. So I've had to delete Spotlight, which means when it comes to Spotlight next time, I have to create it again. But anyway, I hope everybody's doing okay. Let's pop open the chat. It's a long time. It's a month since I've been here doing a solo. 3 weeks ago it was the Spotlight with Cheryl. 2 weeks ago it was the community discussion. And last week I wasn't here because I was in York. Anyway, let's say the hellos, because we've already got 77 people in. So Marilyn, hello. And Magus has changed his channel name to Muse and Magus and the Asher Eternally One. And thank you for your kind words, as always. Really appreciate them. We have Golden here and my big sis, Giselle from Madwich. Lovely to see you. Sorry to hear about your eye. You're really going through it at the moment. We have Sarah. Hello, Sarah. And Dawn. Hello, Dawn. We have Trio. Jackie. Hi, Jackie. MA. Hello, MA. We also have Nancy and Deanne. Hello to you both. Thace is here, and the lovely Patrice is here. Hello. Fortune's Red. Nice to see you. How are you doing? Nancy and Robin's here. Victoria. SCB. Hello. Nothing So Strange. We have Linda. Witchy Wallflower, nice to see you. We have Elspeth and Victoria and Lily Rose. We have our Chris. Hey Chris, how are you doing? Kat and Kay. We have Sonia. It's your birthday, Sonia. That's lovely. Happy birthday. We have Moxie. Hello, Moxie. We have Old Man Ferdiad. We've got Richie. Hello, Richie. I hope you've had a fab day. Can't wait to hear all about it from Sandra. Have I caught up? Larch. Hello, Larch. Geese J. Ducker. Nice to see you. Rayburn Glands. Hello. Not seen you for a while. I hope you're keeping okay. Raven Song, Working But Listening, nice to have you with us. 24 Blue Walls, hello. Deborah OTT, nice to see you. And just call me Mad Eye. Oh, it's from Harry Potter, yeah. We have Dee and Jennifer and Out on a Limb Life, nice to see you. And I think I've caught up. So yeah, anyway, how are we doing? Have we all got a cuppa? So I've got today the Yorkshire Rose that I bought from York. You can only buy it in the Bird and Blend York shop. If you didn't see the vlog, each Bird and Blend shop has, as well as all the range, they have their own unique blend that's exclusive to that shop. And every time I go to York, I pick some up because it's so nice. 93 now. 93? Is that people here? Mine's saying 87. Yeah, so What have we all got for a drink before we crack on? The Muffin Flusher. Lord Richie the Muffin Flusher. Oh, that's hard to say. Lord Richie the Muffin Flusher. How can we live without a cuppa? Oh, a G&T for Out on a Limb. How lovely. Twinings Buttermint. Very nice. Highly recommend. Although Bird and Blend do a lovely buttermint loose tea as well, and that's beautiful. Coffee with vanilla creamer for Majus. Harvey and Sons peppermint. Sounds nice. Oh gosh, that jumped really fast. Drink of iced tea unsweetened. Giselle's got a glass of wine. Earl Grey for Saskia. Coffee for Marilyn. Drinking boring H2O. It's not boring. Why would we be without H2O? Water also for Jackie. Earl Grey for Kay. I had a cheeky wine at Green King. You can't fault you. You've been out for your tea, Chris. Mine's in the slow cooker. Cinnamon tea for Thace. Robin's got cocoa. Someone said I missed that. Green tea and lemon. Splash of Earl Grey. Prosecco for Jennifer. I've got a visualization of you all there with your wine and your Prosecco and your G&T and or your cup of coffees and teas. And you only get to see me with mine. But the mind's eye is a wonderful thing, isn't it? Nothing So Strange has got coffee strong but very sweet. Travelled for work last week. Suffered through some terrible coffee. Was it Nescafe? I can relate. It's been Korea's week in the UK this week, so I've been to quite a few places, and I accidentally sounds terrible, doesn't it? But I accidentally took a coffee from somebody, and I took a mouthful of it. And I instantly knew it was Nescafe, and I was like, oh, I can't finish this. I just can't finish it. So I just kind of left it on the side. Basic cola, nothing exciting. Volcanic lemon and lime. Ooh. Was it Nescafe, he says? It's just dreadful. I think you can order it. I'm not sure what that is. But I've had a lovely day. I went out first thing this morning, as I always do every Saturday, up at 5 a.m, out walking. I took some photographs and put it on my personal Facebook because it was a beautiful morning at 6 o'clock this morning. The sun was already up, which is great. We don't even put our clocks forward until the end of the month. The sun was up. We was high up on a hill and we were above like a cloud line on one of the lower meadows, just a mist. It just looked lovely. So I took some pictures. I discovered recently that two teas that were borderline enjoyment for me, Earl Grey and chamomile, are actually lovely with a bit of milk in them. It softens. Oh yeah, I always have milk in my Earl Grey. I'm not a fan of chamomile, but I'm dieting to try the new orange cream Coke here in the US. My diet won't be happy though. Oh, you're dying to try it and your diet won't be happy. Don't they do a sugar-free version? Is that a full silicone? Oh, you're perceptive. Only the front. If you can see behind, it's also got like a that's the divine masculine, and then there's a oh gosh, the guy's name's got out of my head who did the Solar Booster, and I can't think of his name. I discovered shortbread flavoured tea. Oh, it's really annoying me. I could get up, but if I move that from behind, they'll probably all come crashing forward. But yeah, basically all my Silicon Way decks are together. I am trying to get like my Lily decks from what were these called? The Neo Rider, but was it Wheel of Fortune Tarot? These beauties. I've got them all together. James R. Eads are in one cubicle. Patrick Valenza's in one cubicle. El Meneghello is in one cubicle. Conrad Stein, RWS decks. I try wherever possible, but then sometimes I get a deck and think, where can I shove this? So yeah, and then I got back and I edged a deck and I wasn't sure whether to do it or not because my favourite deck at the moment, as you all will know, is the Ancient Aurum. I always forget what it's called though because I don't keep it in its box, but it's absolutely beautiful. Now it came edged in like a light brown, like a pale tan colour. These are the backs, which are just exquisite. I keep the front and back card at the front and back just to protect them. And the colours in this are just so vibrant. And the wonderful thing about these is that a lot of cards that have like, I don't know, if they've been enhanced in any way or they've got some blemish, it tends to be the same one on every card. These aren't. These are all different. And if you look at the backs are all different as well. Because look at the red. They're in different places. So every card with the card stamping. And I just love the sharpness of the image and the rich colours. Look at just glorious. And when you read these at night time in particular, or even in the morning when you've got a lamp on, but particularly at candlelight, they're just stunning. And I can't get out. I'm loving working with this deck. I find that I'm just pulling cards randomly from it because, as you know, the deck that I'm working with this month, which I'll come on to again in a minute, is the nature, not lovely nature. I forgot what it's called. I'm terrible with remembering names. I'm like it with people as well. Yeah, so anyway, it came with this tan. So today, whilst in town, I just picked up a regular gold Sharpie, not the chisel tip, because I thought I don't want a chisel tip which will completely go over the tan. I want it so it's a bit like the cards where there's splodges of gold, and I want it to have an aged look to it. So it looks more gold actually on camera than it actually is, but you can see bits of brown coming through. So I just used that and just very carefully went over it, and it didn't matter too much if it wasn't solid or shiny because I wanted it to not be perfect. Although on camera, that's bizarre. It really does look quite perfect. The cardstock of this is, because it's Destiny, it's just, the whole thing is such luxury. It's the nicest RWS I've got. And I know I've said that before about decks, but this one, I've had it a month now and I cannot put it down. Just beautiful. Yeah, and when I did the first unboxing and walkthrough, I thought, I wonder why they didn't put the edges. With this being the Ancient Aurum, an aurum, chemical for gold, AU on the what's it? Not the periodic table. What's it called? But anyway, I do this. I go off on little side notes and never get to the point. Um, I said at the time, I wonder why they'd not edged it, and then I said, oh, maybe it'll be too much, and I think it would have been perhaps if it was that shiny metallic gold. And Destiny very often do those sparkly ones. So a couple that I've showed this week have got the sparkly edges, and I think that would be too much. So I wanted kind of a metallic gold, but also have a matte feel, because these cards are super matte. So you have to do it individually or it bleeds, Robin. Oh yeah, absolutely. Gosh, I learned that lesson very early on. I knew you had to do them individually, and I did. I did a deck individually, and then I looked at it afterwards, and there was a couple of bits. So I thought, oh, it's only a couple of bits. So I squoze it together, and I got the pen, and I just kind of went over it all the way around. And then when I looked at the cards, they'd all bled in. So you do have to do your edging one card at a time. And it doesn't take that long. You get on a roll, I think half an hour, 30 minutes, and it's done. Someone's asking about the pen. Now, what I will say is, normally, where's it gone? I thought I had one in here. Oh yeah, here we go. So normally I would use Winsor & Newton Pro markers or Sharpie with the chisel tip. But you do need, I would say, always go with a chisel tip, because it glides along the edge of the card. What have I done there? So yeah, so it glides really, really nicely. However, I was going to order, because you can't really get the chisel tips in the metallic that easy. So I was going to, in shops, so I was going to order it online. I thought, well, actually, I don't want to completely cover the card. So for this one, it's a bit destroyed now. I just used a regular Sharpie in metallic gold. And this was $9.99 for a pack of 3. But it also gives you a rose gold or copper and a silver in the metallic as well. So I've got them to use if I ever do something similar in the future. Oh, here it is. These are really good. If you're edging in black, I always use Sharpies, because Winsor & Newton are great, but these Sharpies, this one's never been used yet, because I've got a pack of 2, I think. Give it like a vinyl record. The edge of your deck, they shine beautifully in black. And it, with the lines of the cards, it really looks like, you know, a vinyl LP or something. I haven't looked at the comments for ages, so let's have a quick look. The postage to the UK is painful. Yeah, really is. Simon question, have you ever had any unusual incidents with people recognizing you from YouTube in the street and coming over to you as if they know you? Yeah. Particularly if I go places like Glastonbury, I think about 3 times, I think I've been to Glastonbury and somebody's recognised me. It happened actually, Giselle was in the chat. It happened with Giselle. When on the first day that we met up in November, well, last day of October was the first day, somebody came up and said, are you Simon from the Hermit's Cave? I think it happened the year before that with Sandra, and it's happened once other. And then a couple of times in London, if I've been somewhere like Watkins, very early on, back in 2018, and I think it was the first time I ever met Sandra. We were in Watkins and somebody went past the window and they came in and said, I just walked past and looked in and saw you. And then it happened with Tom from Railway Cat, who comes in quite often. I went down to London last year, my friend, and as I was coming out, this person, and of course, for me, I don't know what people look like unless I'm friends with them on social media. So when someone says, "Simon," my first reaction is, "Yeah." And then the penny drops and I think, "Oh, YouTube, they must know me from there." Um, so yeah, a few times it's happened, but um, have you edged your rider Marseille? Did I edge my rider Marseille? I think I'll just put that back in the box. Yeah, I did, because I had, these training wallets that I showed. I needed, because they won't go back in the box, they're too thick now. These ones, I needed a little cubby to pop them into, so I put the Rider Marseille, the deck I've worked with the least out of the 12 decks that are out in the cubby. So, but no, I didn't. I could tell you that without even going to look. I don't tend to edge the ones with linen. That said, I did do Pagan Otherworlds. I did both copies of that, one in gold, the same gold as this, and one in blue, because of the backs, and they were lovely. Good way to connect with the deck. Yeah. Is it a copper and silver in those packs? Yeah, the copper actually comes out like a rose gold though. So I've used it before. Do they tend to bleed? It would depend, Tarot Oracle, on the deck, really. Some do, some don't. Luckily, I wondered about this because I've never had to edge a deck by Destiny before. But because you've got the 2 extra cards, and there's a few others in the box if I wanted to use it as well, I thought, well, what I'll do is I will edge these and then wait a minute and see what happened. And there's absolutely no bleeding. So let's put that back anyway. Keith edged the Solar Booster because I gave it to him. Oh, he edged it, did he? I've got, and I think it's from My Lucky Card, a Solar Booster 2.0, where it's made into a workable tarot. And I love that. I really like that one. Because I can't read the Solar Booster, but I can now that it's been redone. So I've answered that from Robin about edging each one. How do you edge so many cards and not get stuffed up? It happens sometimes, Laurie. There has been occasions in the past where I think, in fact, one of the where would it be? I'll just look for it up there. One of the I can't think where it is. The Tarot des Arcs. I had it out. God, this desk needs a real good tidy and a sort through. I say that, don't I, about every month. That bled. I bought a second copy and it had the new backs. I'm trying to think where it is, but anyway, you know what it looks like. But I edged that and it started to bleed, and because some of the cards were white, I could really see it, and I did it in like a light blue. So I bought the second one and didn't edge it. Simon, will you be doing a second part to finish the questions off from a couple of weeks ago? Really enjoyed that. Yeah, if everybody can make it. The only thing is, as well, I don't want to kind of keep asking like Kelly, because her Saturday nights are really important for her and her partner. It's kind of like their date night and everything. And she asked them if it was okay as like a one-off. And they said, yeah, we'll do it tomorrow. But I'll leave it a while and then ask. I didn't want to go straight back and say, will you do another week? So I'm sure we will. Hi, Al Phillips. Where is it? I just saw another comment. I so want the Solar Booster 2.0. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, so I don't know where I've put the I think I've got so much on my desk that I need to sort out. But I had it the other day and now I can't see it. I can't see where it is. It's not in this one, is it? No, it's not Oracle. This is the thing as well. I'll put them safely somewhere. I think, oh, that's a really nice bag for that one, and then I forget which one I put it in. Anyway, I'm not going to waste time looking for a deck that you all know. I was just going to show you how it bled, but never mind. So a couple of other things. So as you know, I'm absolutely loving this deck. So this is the deck that I'm using for the month. I want to say Lovely Nature, but it's not called Lovely Nature. The book is over on the sofa because I've been reading it today. It's in the Eco Herbage cardstock, and it's just gorgeous. It's the nicest deck for overhand shuffling. It just glides. Absolutely beautiful. And the artwork is really quite profound in some of the images. So I've been using this in the evenings for my reflections. I've continued using the Greenwood, and the person who sent me this is in the chat. Use this in the mornings, and I've been using this in the evenings. And then the the deck that I'm just obsessed with as well, that I've just showed you, the Ancient Arcanum. Not Arcanum, Ancient Aurum. I'm not doing well tonight. I'm a brain fog wise, trying to remember names and where things are. This is a hot mess. Yeah, so that's that. Now, I've got a couple of books. I finished reading Raising Hair. I showed that a couple of weeks ago. Absolutely lovely, beautiful story. Such an easy read. It's been a Sunday afternoon read for me, and I've caught up on things, and I've been able to sit down and read for a couple of hours, which, well, no, that's exaggerating. I haven't got the brain for a couple of hours, but at least an hour, maybe a little bit over an hour. But yeah, I've really enjoyed reading that. But I saw on Giselle's channel this book, which is Feather, Leaf, Bark and Stone. Now, it's arrived and it has come a little bit bashed and dogged at the bottom, but I think I'm going to remove the dust cover from this completely, because the book itself is just really beautiful as well. And look at the inside. It's just really gorgeous. And what I love about this, it's just one of those where you can just dip in. It's got poetry, it's got images to just kind of sit and look at, but it's really, really nice. And I've just dipped in and out of that. It's got a little ribbon as well, so but it's not something that I would sit and go through and read page by page. It is one that I just dip in and out of. Really beautiful. So I got that, And then I was watching Diane from Indigo Moon Woman. Diane's back now, Diane Brennan, and she was talking the other day, and her content is really interesting, and she's been putting a video up every single day. And it's always a vast array of topics and things. And she was talking about the whole twin flame concept and the difference between twin flames and soulmates, and that twin flames, can be, the connections, those strong connections we have with people like family as well. But she mentioned a book called Your Soul's Plan. There is a second book, and she said it was a little bit more difficult to read because it goes into things like rape and abuse and stuff like that. But this is by Robert Schwartz, and it's discovering the real meaning of the life you planned before you were born. Now, I don't know what people think in the room about a pre-existence. Lots of people will have thoughts and opinions about life after death, but not so much about, hi, Sandra. Just saw Sandra pop up, say hi, Robin. Not so much thoughts about a pre-existence. However, as a lot of you will know, my background and my family background is Mormon, and Mormons believe heavily in eternal life, including a pre-existence. And so I've always kind of known of the concept of a pre-existence. So it was quite surprising to me when I came out of the church and was talking to people and they started talking about life after death. And I was like, well, what about life before life? And I used to get these really strange kind of looks. So I thought, well, I'll give this a go. I have got some time off coming up in a month or so. So, but it goes through pre-birth planning and the things that we choose for our lives as lessons. It does go through physical illnesses. It goes through parenting. They use the word handicapped because obviously American, but parenting disabled children, deafness, blindness, drug addiction, alcoholism, bereavements, accidents, all that kind of stuff. And they share people's stories. So death of a loved one is Valerie, accidents is Jason and Christina, drug addiction is Pat and Sharon, etc. So I thought, well, it sounds like it's a collection of people's stories and experiences. So I thought I'd give that a look at. That poetry book is so beautiful, Simon. Yeah, well, I saw you. I think you was clearing out or going through a cubby hole a couple of months ago, or about 6 weeks ago, and you kind of referenced a few books, and it caught my eye, and I thought that sounds and looks great. So, and I particularly like books that you can just dip in and out of as well. So, I 100% believe in past lives. I do tarot readings on them and have visions of them. Yeah, so I think past lives is something I can get behind in terms of having many lives and reincarnation. This is more kind of like not necessarily a past life, but a pre-existence, a pre-coming into this physical body. To be born again. So I guess it's that space in between, Adam, the space in between lives. But often I mentioned it for you in my recent waffle video. Thank you. Totally believer and practitioner about many incarnations. That chat on there is really scrolling fast. I'm trying to catch up on, I'll have to look on this because I've got more control of the chat here. Sandra, did you spend lots and eat lots? Yeah, did you spend it Watkins? Did you go to Watkins? And how was the Warburg Institute? I'm there later in the month. Uh, Sandra made a couple of purchases but didn't get mad. Hello, Butterfly. Nice to see you. Stressful? Yes. Staying positive. Hope you're okay. Heather. Totally believer and practitioner about money. Can I read that? Yeah. Oh yeah, Robin Williams. That was disturbing. I forgot what it was called now. But it was quite a disturbing film. I didn't enjoy it at all. My husband and I had a past life together. Well, that talks about the whole soulmates and twin flame thing as well. It brings that into it, doesn't it? I wish I could have gone with you. I know it would have been lovely, but not to worry. My spiritual duty free, I call it the between lives. I do believe in this also. I feel it's where our souls go to evaluate what we've done and the next step. Yes, Simon, it was. Yeah, what was it called? It had a strange title. Not What Lies Beneath. Or something completely different. The exhibition was really nice, not large, so half an hour max to look round. Oh, that's good to know. Pixie's letter. Was it dreams something? What dreams may come? It was what dreams may come, wasn't it? Sandra, I wish I could skip across the pond to the Warburg. What dreams may come? Yeah, Deanne. I thought it was. I know I used to walk all around London once. Sam, I just want to say how much I love your vlogs. Thank you, Holly. I was debating whether to continue doing them or not because I don't know. I watched, oh gosh, who was it? Somebody was talking about, and I'm not, well, I am a YouTuber, but I'm not a professional YouTuber. I've got no interest. I've always said it. My content will always be free. Not interested in monetizing, making it part of a business. I've got a job I love and it pays nicely. So I don't see the need and I enjoy creating free content. But in this video I was watching, it was talking about how channels that try and do different things tend to, they didn't say fail, but doesn't really do well because the algorithms don't know what sort of category to put it into. And because I'm a tarot channel, and have been for, gosh, 8 months, 8 years this month is what I was going to say. The subscribers that I've built are here for tarot content. So going around different places in the UK, and even New York in December, I don't know if people really. Some do. Some people say, "Oh, I really love it," like you've just said. But I guess it kind of messes things up. And then I thought, do I start another channel and just kind of put travel vlogs into another channel? So it's neater, but I don't know if I can be bothered with that. And then I don't know how to transfer all the content because I've also been doing vlogs since 2018. When I first went to Liverpool with the channel, not the first time I've been to Liverpool. So I don't know. I thought, do I continue doing it? Do I create another channel? Do I stop doing it? So, but at the moment, and like I said, for me, it's not about trying to build it for numbers or anything like that because I'm happy with what I've got and I don't monetize, so it makes no, difference. And when they were saying about the algorithm, if you've got different genres happening in one channel, then it doesn't push you out that doesn't matter either, but I don't want people to think, oh, do you know what? I'm here for tarot, and I gotta. But that's the thing. You don't have to watch what you don't want to watch. I don't watch what I don't want to watch. So anyway, just do what you want and what makes you happy. I like your vlogs. Thank you. No, travel vlogs fit perfectly. Okay. Your vlogs fit your channel nicely. Yeah, and I also think it breaks things up as well, because just recently in particular, because I've had the spotlight decks and the 5 decks that Dexony sent, it's been a lot of walkthroughs because obviously I'm obliged. And then Schiffer sent some, and I was like, there's a lot of walkthroughs at the moment. So that's why I threw a tag in there to break things up a bit. So it does break up the content as well. Please keep the vlogs. Okay. My favourite vlogs are the ones during COVID when you walked around the streets and they were deserted. Yeah, that was eerie. And then when we was allowed out around the May time, and the spring was really hot, and I started Walk With Me vlogs, just walking along like the canal or around the area, because it was allowed out then for a couple of hours a day. Vlogs are wonderful. Hi Amanda, nice to see you. Welcome. They feel very organic. Yeah, I don't want to do vlogs that are set up. I do follow a couple. The Magic Geekdom, I really like the Magic Geekdom, and JJ Extra. I like those guys. They've started going to the States a lot more though now, but because I suppose they've done a lot of over here. But a lot of them are like, shots of them walking. So they must have either got someone to stand there, or they propped the camera up and then they showed them walk. I don't do all that. I don't want anything staged. I just want kind of like, if you're thinking that I've took a camcorder. When I got a camcorder in 1990, so I was 29 at the time, and I got a camcorder, and I used to film everything: Christmases, holidays. I want that feel of like watching kind of like an old camcorder recording. I want it just to be natural. I want the noise in the background. I want people talking in the background. I want you to feel like you're there rather than watching a travel program that's, choreographed. I wish I'd found your channel sooner. That's a lovely thing to say. In these troubling times, your vlogs are priceless. I love seeing Sandra drinking wine at 9 a.m. Well, Sandra and I are going to Whitby in May. That's only 2 months away, isn't it? Now we're in March. So I'll try and get some of her swigging from a bottle at 7 a.m. I think Simon gets naughty in Glastonbury. Read the wine. Natural vlogs are better than choreo. Yeah, I agree. The secret lemonade drinker. Yeah, so the other thing is, so I just said, didn't I, about 20 minutes ago, I really need to tidy my desk. I have over the last few weeks, just because things have been pretty full on. If I was to turn this camera around and you used to see the desk, you would be appalled. But on this side, I'd got a stack of things. So because I've got like Giselle's bag out, because that's where I do my weekly card pull for, this is beautiful. For the, here I go again, not remembering names. This deck. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I pull a card from that. So that was here. on the side, and that was on top of an oracle deck that was on top of a couple of bits that was sent to me by Marilyn, where I've used some things and I'm trying to, think of what to put in the others. And then I'll try and cover the address. There was a box underneath, and I was like, what on earth is that? Terra Volatile, thank you. Whitby is a quaint seaside town. It has a brilliant goth weekend every year. I know. I love Whitby. So I got out my trusty little penknife and had a look. And I thought, oh yeah, I remember ordering this. I still can't remember. This is how my brain is. I still cannot remember. It's still got the sales slip in it. When this arrived, when I brought it home, and when I put it on my desk to open, because I've not, and I think I've had it about 5 weeks, maybe. Got a little thank you in. Thank you so much for supporting my small business. It truly means the world to me, Sarah. It's the Wild Woodland, which I saw and loved and thought, oh, I've got to get that. That's absolutely beautiful. And completely forgot. But the worrying thing is, I don't remember, because I get a lot of parcels. It's kind of like a standing joke at work, or the postman's here for you again, sort of thing. But all I can think of, because there was one day where 3 or 4 parcels all arrived at once, and I just brought them home. And I think, because there was the day when Cheryl's came and Destiny came together, and Paul's, Lenormand, and all that sort of stuff. I think it was in with that. So I just kind of put it on the desk, and things have been put on top of it. Oh dear. So I thought we could have a look at it. I'm not going to do a separate walkthrough. For some reason as well, oracles aren't popular, and I think it's because I'm a tarot channel, so I'm not quite sure people want to see it as much. So I thought we'll just have a quick look at it here. And it says Wild Woodland, kindness and wisdom from the wild folk, and that's on this beautiful embossed. Look at this box, isn't that gorgeous? It's an independently produced deck, 50 oracle cards. That's a really decent size, written and illustrated by Sarah Riley. Poor David wants Terra Volatile. Is it coming back in print? I think they're redoing the big one, aren't they? Because there were some people saying that that it was too dark. So I think they was looking at reprinting that. This is the inside. It's got a little book. How many pages? Oh, it's glossy pages. Doesn't number them. Doesn't number the book, the pages on the book. So, but it's got a nice print on one page and the text on another. We can watch vicariously through Simon's vlog. What's that for? And then let's have a look at the cards. Oh, look at the inside of the box at the base. Isn't that beautiful? I love that people go to the detail of their production quality, because at one time you would buy a deck and it'll just be a cardboard or maybe a colour on the inside, but more and more are decorating even like the inside of the boxes with these fabulous artwork. So on the back, it says, "Be guided on your path with words of kindness and wisdom from the magical world of the woodland, nature and beyond." Introduced in this beautifully illustrated oracle deck, each card offers you insight and support daily, ideal for curious seekers looking for inspiration or for making deeper connections. Beautiful. These are the backs. Wow. Wow. The backs. Look at that. They're almost like the cards. They've got this beautiful metallic silver gold stamping. It says Wild Woodland at the bottom and at the top. So yeah, they're the backs all the way through. Cardstock feels lovely. Oh, beautiful. It's matte cardstock. Simon, do you think perhaps oracle decks might become more popular in these very scary times? I feel a shift that way. Not scientific, just a feel. Yeah, perhaps affirmation decks as well, Beth. You know, the Hay House type affirmation decks, I think, because those decks always tend to do better commercially, mass market. People that's perhaps not in a niche community like this where we want something deeper. So yeah, maybe some positive, higher vibration stuff in terms of affirmations. Right, so let's have a look at some of these. So they're numbered at the top corner. And then you have, these cards are lovely. So they're beautiful matte, oracle size, kind of like what I expect an oracle size to be. But the artwork is really beautiful. This has got a nice, gentle energy. Kind of reminds me of going to a English Heritage or National Trust place of interest, like one of our castles, and then you go into the English Heritage gift shop and they have like greeting cards, bookmarks, or even mugs or placemats that will have this kind of artwork on. I mean, come on. Stability, look at that. It always irks me a little bit when the back is also a card. So that's the card and that's the back. But especially when, you know, they could have had 49 cards and just had that as the back, couldn't they, really? And it does seem a little bit out of kilter with the rest of the deck with these kind of white backgrounds, but she's having a watercolor workshop. Oh, friendship. That's just so cute. And maybe, Beth, going back to your point, maybe that's why I was drawn to this, because I have felt very down in the dumps recently. That it's heavy, isn't it? The world at the moment it feels heavy. And maybe that's why I'm drawn. And maybe it's because of spring's coming as well. I love this time of year. I come alive in spring. It was beautiful last Saturday, and today's been lovely. In fact, all week it's been really nice. We did have rain one day, but last Saturday when we went to York, if you have watched the vlog, you'll see the beautiful blue sky and sunshine. And it's like, oh, we made it. We've gotten through October, November, December, January, February, And now we're in March and the daffodils are out, the sun's shining, you feel the sun on your face, and it's like, yes, this is the moment where everything feels fresh and new. That's gorgeous. Chris said, yeah, the back being same as the card thing puts me off deck. Seems odd that they designed the inside of the box in detail. They could have come up with something unique for the back. I've got a feeling that's on the inside of the box as well might be a card, but I could be wrong. Just because the inside lid was. Just gorgeous. I love these. I've seen decks like this before where they've got this kind of colour background. Really makes the colours pop on it, doesn't it? Follow Your Dreams is beautiful. Look at that. Partnership. Protection is adorable. We have Trust. We have the bumblebees. Moon Wishes. The Way Ahead. Lots of hairs, and I love hairs. There's Sandra, what's the name of that deck? It's hidden behind at the minute. They sell it in not the Danielle Barlow one, but they sell it in the Goddess and Green Man. Is it Folk Tales? Kind of reminds me a little bit of that. I think it is called Folk Tales. This is gorgeous. Manifesting. Oh, Mercury's going retrograde next week. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not going to offend anyone, but I'm not sure I buy into that whole, because it's only how it looks to us. It's not really retrograde. Success. Awakening. Light the Way. So there's a decent amount of cards. Folk Tales. Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, and I like it when they have this. It almost looks like a metallic back, doesn't it? It's really, really nice. Knowledge. Meditation. Progress. Can't believe I forgot this. I love this card. Family. Just look how beautiful that is. And then we have Shelter. And the last card is Grace. Really lovely. The quality is fantastic. I don't think it was that expensive. Did I say they put the sales thing in there? Don't think it was that expensive. So it was $28.99. The shipping, because it's UK based, was only £4.80. So the whole thing with shipping was £33. And that's another thing, to support a UK artist, because 9 times out of 10, if I'm buying a deck, I'm having to buy it from overseas, and then the shipping is minimum $25, and tax is minimum 18, but anything upwards of that on top of it. So it's nice to be able to support a creator, even though I did forget that I'd ordered it. So it was a lovely surprise this afternoon when I started to move a few piles. Yeah. Anyway, let's have a look what else she's saying. Hannah Willow. Yes, Hannah Willow. She was the creator, wasn't she, of Folk Tales? Today we have temperatures of +2 to 7 Celsius. Wow. I think it got to 18 degrees here, as in Celsius, which is really nice. I feel like that too, Sam. It's a dark world now. Yeah. It feels like quicksand some days. I've been trying to keep my spirits up. That's all we can do, isn't it? Is positivity and unplug as much as we can, because we can go down a rabbit hole of just taking in. I've turned off the news alerts on my phone because there was one day in the week, I think there was like 3 in an hour, and I'm like, this is madness, and it's anxiety inducing. What's the deck called, Simon? It's called Woodland. Woodland. It is a UK based creator. Cracked Amethyst has a Kickstarter currently for her updated Idiosyncra deck, now called Cracked Amethyst Tarot. Okay. I've heard of Idiosyncra deck, but doesn't spring to mind. Yeah. So, gosh, I've been on an hour already. The only other thing, whether you want to see it or not, it's up to you, was I picked up a deck this week, an Oracle deck. Well, no, it wasn't this week. It was the week before this week, or last week. I was away, wasn't I? No, it was. It was Sunday. It was on Sunday at the art gallery, and it's Earth Song Oracle, and it's a rock pool deck, and it's by Tom. Is it Ellis? Yeah, Tom Ellis, who did the Earth Woman tarot, the one, Giselle, that Sandra and I got you in Glastonbury. Had no idea that that they even had an oracle out. Yep, show it. I'll show a few cards from it. And I thought, oh wow, and it's faceless again, like the Earth Woman. Who was it? I don't know if it was, might have been Marilyn who showed it, or it was somebody who did my tag, Tarot Journey Through Decks. And I commented saying I had no idea about this. Was it Craggy? Laurie, was it you, Laurie? Somebody showed it anyway, and I said I had no idea. And then again, forgot about it, and then saw it in the Contemporary Art Museum, and I thought, oh, I'll get it. And it was £20, so it wasn't bad. It's got, again, that metallic on it. Time in nature is never wasted. So true. Beautiful production. The inside of the box. I can't read that in this light. But it says, in this beautiful deck from intuitive artist and writer Tarn Ellis, the ancient wisdom of the earth is translated as practical and meaningful advice. Can't read it all, but does come with, that's that little advert that they put in. Comes a little book. And it's not full colour. I mean, it is full colour, but it's not. It's like each card has its own colour tone rather than, multicoloured. The gilding is beautiful. So we've got this very earthy bronzy colour, almost like a metallic brown. These are the backs, so it complements it really well. Oh, like that as well. It's not going to show on there, but it glows red at a certain angle. Don't know if I'll be able to do it for you to see it, but kind of had like, oh, there, it almost had like a purpley red. Really nice. But I'll show you a few. So these are kind of like the images that you get. So do you see what I mean about the colour tones to it? So I've got like river, wildflower, lotus. So you see wherever there's human form, they are faceless. Seed, a couple together there, I think. Oh no, they're not. They're nice thick cards. We have tree, root. So I had no idea. I don't know if anybody else knew that Tarn Ellis had an oracle deck. And I know people like to pair, so we have summer. Oh, we have spring before that, do we? Yeah, so spring, summer. You could use these as alt cards. Autumn. All the leaves are brown. And winter. And then we have butterfly, dragonfly, the sun, the moon. There's a little meaning on the card as well. So it gives you keywords like phases, femininity, emotion. Be fluid in your feminine energy as you face the different phases in life. And I like it on oracle cards when they do that, because sometimes you don't always have the time to grab the book. You get an intuitive kind of hit from that. We have crystal. I'm not going to show you them all. I'm just going to show you a few now. We're showing the other deck as well. Oh, that has some colour in it with rainbow. We have bee. Mushroom. That reminds me, Sandra, do you remember on our last day in Glastonbury? And I bought that painting of that from that artist, that local artist, and there was that mushroom-headed female figure. Really wish I'd bought that. It reminds me of that. The colours in it were beautiful, and it wasn't an expensive price either. Earth, lake, and waterfall. Oh, two together. That was stuck. Serpent. So that was a nice find. And again, I like to go in to the Contemporary Art Museum because they've got a whole section on tarot and oracle. And I thought that was pretty cool. So I want to try and support them by buying from them so that they keep doing it. So let's have a look, see if I've missed any comments. Love, love, love this deck. Marilyn, was it you that showed it? I did a walkthrough on my channel. Right, so it was you. I wondered if it was. And I probably commented then about it, saying I didn't even realise she had a deck out. Where are we? Can't see any capitals or anything. Thank you, Holly. Thank you, Dawn. Sandra's thanking people. I'm not sure what for. Thank you. Glad you enjoy my videos. That must be about videos. I love the season cards. Adam says, I love laying under a tree, listening to music, or just the sound of the people nearby or the rustling of the surroundings. I know, it's magical, isn't it? Especially outdoors with your eyes closed. It's so much when you close that sense, one of your senses off, like vision, and pay more attention to the feel of the wind on your face or the sun shining on your face and all the surrounding sounds. Tom and Jerry mates for happiness and sends you into the world for a while. Schitt's Creek. Oh, I loved Schitt's Creek. I watched that during lockdown. That was my lockdown humour to get me through that. I forgot to put the lid back on my tea, so it's going to be cold. How are we doing for time? Oh, nearly time. Yeah, there's something else I was going to say. Oh, also, I wanted to do a channel shout out. And Giselle mentioned this channel, and I was aware of it anyway because they'd done my vlog. And the channel is Gently Living Out Loud, and it's Mary. So this is her channel. And it'll be wonderful if we could get her subscription up to 100. Lovely person. When I spoke about the deck that I got for Deck of the Month, it's because I saw it on her channel, and she messaged me about it by email, and we had email exchange, and asked if it was worth getting the book and her thoughts, and she just made it really accessible for me. And her content is lovely, really lovely. So yeah, give her some love, give her a sub. She's been around for probably about 2 months, 6 weeks, 2 months, something like that. But yeah, if you get chance, then hop over. I'll pop it up once more to Gently Living Out Loud. And her name's Mary, and she's just lovely, got lovely energy about her. Our Mary, yeah, love Mary, says Trisha. Subbed. Thank you for sub. Mary shares some wonderful content, really does, very interesting. But I love it when you find, particularly when you do a tag and you find channels and you think, oh, I really like their vibe, I like their energy, and yeah, so that's the shout out for this week. And if there's anybody else out there that is a new content creator and wants a shout out, then drop me a message, because I'll happily do it. You know, it was done for me when I first started out, and it's about sometimes, particularly as I was talking about algorithms and things like that, sometimes new content creators get overlooked because others are kind of being promoted in your sidebars and stuff. So the more obviously subscribers you get, the more that you are promoted and appear in searches and things like that. So there is a nice community building, I think. Yeah, and that's what it's about, isn't it? It's about you know, lifting each other up and supporting one another. So thank you to everybody who subbed to Mary's channel just then. And I always think, you know, particularly if they're not here, and they suddenly get lots of emails and they see a spike in subs, and they think, what's happened? All right. I'm going to pull a tarot tile for the card of the week. I was like, where are they? All right, so let's dig deep. What do we want? Do we want a major? Do we want a minor? Oh, we've got a court this week. we have the Knight of Cups. Every time I see the Knight of Cups, a question comes into my mind. So I'm going to pose it to you. Are you this week or the week ahead, and what might be happening in your life at the moment, are you the knight in shining armor trying to help and support someone, or are you the person waiting for help from a knight in shining armor? And that's the genuine question, I think, first and foremost, that needs answering. Either way, if you are the person who is in need of some emotional support, then be honest, be open, ask, particularly from those around you that you love and respect. Be honest and open about your feelings. If you are, and when I say honest and open about your feelings, there has to be a caveat there, don't there, really? Because I think it's important to open up and it's important to communicate, but we all know our boundaries as well. We all know how much we want to share, and you can still reach out to somebody and ask for that emotional support without having to reveal your deepest, darkest secrets. So it's about knowing what to share and what you need, what you feel you need would be a benefit of help from somebody. If you are the knight in shining armor and you're trying to support somebody, then it also talks about being sensitive. This isn't a knight that's rushing forward, like the swords. It's one that's taking a steady approach. So be there for that person. Be sensitive to their situation. Again, communication isn't just about talking; it's about listening. So, whatever it is for you this week, whether you are the knight in shining armor or you're in need of that knight, then it's about opening up, communicating, asking for help, particularly from someone close to you. All right. Anything else? Oh, Sandra's put a link to Mary's channel. So thank you. Do click on that. Yeah, and I'm going to go and get some dinner. So thank you for hanging out with me again this week. We've been through a lot, a lot of stuff tonight, and I am going to spend tomorrow tidying my desk. All right. Thanks, everyone. And until next time, go in peace. Namaste and blessed be.